Hey guys, this is Vishal from EQUITY.GURU, and it seems like the inflation story, inflation is now out the window and the market is focusing on recession. Recession is that new word. Inflation will probably come back again once we see that CPI data, but then there's some hope here about maybe seeing evidence of inflation peaking. We'll get to that in just a second. First of all, bear markets and commodities, right? We're seeing a lot of commodities fall below or break below 20% from their highs in 52-week highs here to the price they are at right now. Lumber in a bear market, iron ore in a bear market, tin, steel, nickel, copper, aluminum, and I wrote recently about copper, Dr. Copper. You can read all about that being in a bear market, and in past 4 recessions, copper has been in a bear market and sort of forecasted a recession, and it looks like this is going to be the 5th time. We're seeing recession calls even here in Canada. RBC saying 2023 will see a moderate short downturn, says RBC, a recession. And just today, the yield curve has also inverted again, and that's generally telling us that there's going to be a recession. So a lot of signs of recession, but in this video, I want to talk about one chart which we actually wrote about 2 weeks ago, forecasting potential signs of not just recession, but also potential signs of peak inflation, and that is the chart of oil. And if I refresh your memory, or someone who reads my article, we talked about this trend line that broke down and this support really at 115. That was the big level. We had that breakdown with this big red candle. We then also pulled back, had our retest, which saw sellers pile in, and this is just typical structure of breakdowns and breakouts. Generally, nothing just moves down straight in a line. It will pull back, allow you to enter one more time, and then follow through. And that's what oil did. Huge days where we saw oil drop more than 8%, and the news was talking about recession fears, obviously, if we have a recession, the economy is slowing down. Demand is also dropping. Production, we've heard, is increasing. If you guys recall, OPEC is maybe already at their limits of high production, but they promised that they will produce more. So you have more supply, lower demand due to recession. You're going to see oil prices begin to drop. And I think some of us who pay, high premium gas at the pumps will probably be happy about this. Big level I am watching is this $95 support level, which has been a major support level and a resistance level in the past. You can actually see the lows on July 6th, so on Wednesday, took us down to that level, and we are now bouncing back above $100 a barrel on West Texas. However, I think this could just be a bit of a dead cat bounce that you tend to see at a support level before we continue to sell off again. I'm not getting my arrow, there we go, until we continue to sell off again. So if we break below 95 in the coming days, good signs that peak inflation is here, because obviously oil prices going up increases the cost for transportation, which is then passed on to the consumer. Prices have to increase to pay for those high energy costs that businesses have. So this would be a good sign that we are seeing signs of peak inflation, but also a sign that the economy is slowing down and recession signs are coming closer. So keep an eye on this chart. If we see the opposite, if instead we get price action like we saw in April, where on the test of support, we continue to drift higher and higher, then maybe there's some geopolitical issue or some other thing with supply and demand that we're not keeping account on. But keep an eye out here on oil. Very important chart, not only for recession per se, but also the idea of inflation showing signs of peaking, which again would sort of play in with expectations from the Federal Reserve and other central banks. So quite the important chart here on oil. I'm watching it. Make sure it's on your watch list. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is just a bounce in support, or if you think we are seeing initial signs of oil firmly breaking below 100 and staying below 100 for the next few weeks or months as we factor in a slowing economy. I really want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. I'll catch you guys all in the next chart attack video.